if it doesn't, if he's not motivated, there's obviously nothing we can do, right? It's an odd phone number. Hi, Vince. My name is Joe, and I saw your property on Craigslist. I believe it's out in, it was in Orange County Craigslist, but I believe it's out in Sacramento. Is that right? Oh, cool. Cool. Well, I was returning your call. The other day we contacted you to see if your house was available for a lease with an option to buy. And, okay, good. Is this a... Okay. Okay, so that's, I would consider that more or less like owner financing. Is that right?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay. Well, Vince, I am an investor. I look for properties like this to lease purchase or owner finance for a year or two. I won't be living in the house, but I have a lot of buyers that are looking for homes in Orange County. None particularly right now in Sacramento area. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that, Vince. I don't want you to get in trouble. Oh, man. I understand. Vince, well, I'm not either. I'm not either. Vince, what I do is I'm an investor, and depending on how the numbers work, I'll either buy it as an investment property, or I help you find somebody to owner finance or lease purchase it. And I get paid from the buyer if and when I find one that you approve. And I'm not a realtor. I do this as an investor. So it's not for everybody, and I understand if it's not for you, it may not be a good time. That's fine. But typically what we do is we find a seller who is open to leasing their house or selling their house with owner financing. And what we do is we'll give you a letter of intent or some kind of simple option contract, and then we start advertising the home for somebody that will want to live in it. And if we find... Okay, good. Yeah. So it sounds like everything's pretty much under control. It doesn't... Well, let me ask you something, sir. The minimum you want down is $100,000. Is that correct? That's going to be really hard to do, to be honest. Not that it can't be done, but just in my experience, we typically get 5% on our home. Well, you wouldn't be giving up any. You wouldn't be giving up any equity. You'd just be. Go. Well, the way we do it, depending on the situation, is sometimes we'll set the option price or the purchase price to be the average of 2 appraisals in a couple of years.
I'm the one that's got the bulk of the money in it. And what we can do is if you don't want to pay the full price, we come up with an agreement that's where we are, and then we split the equity that or the appreciation, and whatever given point we choose or decide.
Yeah.
In that case, for round numbers, if I sold 10% equity and it went up to 850, then get another $50,000 in addition to whatever they put down. To cash me out, and I pick up my 50,000.
That could be fair, depending on how the numbers work. But Vince, let me ask you one more question, because this may not be a good program for you, and that's fine. What are you going to do if you can't sell this house? Are you just going to keep on living on it, or are you going to rent it out eventually? Okay. Mm-hmm.
Going up, it went up minimum of $5,000 all year long, and as high as 15.
Yeah.
It went up like that.
Yeah.
But still, I have to look at what it's doing now, and the market's hot. Market's getting hotter, and it's limited.
Right.
Especially with the type of house that I have.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I get a kill at once, I'll do it. If I don't, I got no ideas. But to give you an idea, if we started back in year, that market right now is like 50.
Yeah. Sure. Right. Well, Vince, I don't know if I'll be able to help you. I mean, it sounds like you got a pretty good grasp on what's going on with your house anyway, because if you want $100,000 or even $90,000, it's going to be really hard to get for down payment. And it sounds like you got time on your hands anyway, so you can just keep on sitting on it. How about this, Vince? If it's okay, can I call you back in maybe in a month or so and see if you still have it? See if you'd be more open to collecting a smaller deposit for owner financing or lease purchase?
Well, I would do. I tell you, if you're doing it 5%, that's not going to work.
Okay.
There's not enough for me to give up. So just to give it 5%, that's more easy. 5% of 700 is 35,000.
Right.
15,000 and above. And yet, once I get that 30,000 back.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Well, the benefit will be if you can't sell it in 6 months and you decide, well, I'm just going to rent it out. it'd be better to rent it to somebody who wants to buy it than a tenant who's just going to call you every time they need the faucet repaired and it leaks, you know?
No, I understand. I understand. I can get 6 months.
Okay.
Once the people that would work with this month and work for is somebody that just went through
Yeah, I mean, typically, you know, we work with people who they lost their house to a short sale a year or two ago. They make great income, but they want to move. They don't want to rent, and then once they get their credit fixed, move again in a year or two, so they can buy a home.
Yeah, because I've got a ton of rounds to do tonight, and if you need me or tell me when you finish that, let me know what to do with it.
Oh yeah. Have you got roll sensing?
Are you looking to buy a property in Laguna Beach with financing or with cash? Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. That might work, but it still doesn't solve the problem of me finding somebody that has $100,000 to buy in your house in Sacramento. I just. Let's see. Okay. Okay, well, yeah, I'll put that in my notes here. No problem. We may be able to find something. But thank you, sir, for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you, Vince, for that. Okay, how motivated do you think he was on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being not motivated, 10 being really motivated. It's probably a 3, and I spent way too much time with him. But, you know, we'll see. Yeah, you guys are telling me 1 or 2. I spent way too much time with him. But, so hope that, you know, I should have gotten down to the bottom line faster, like, okay, what are you going to do if you can't sell his house? Are you going to rent it? I mean, he would have said, no, I mean, I got time on my hands. I'm not that worried about it. So that's the way it goes. But he might be a potential tenant buyer looking for a property in Laguna Beach. And Laguna Beach is, just looking here, is that San Diego County? Gil, do you know, is Laguna Beach in Orange County or San Diego County? It is Orange County. And I'm looking for a home right now in Laguna Beach. And Craigslist.